family sings. Everyone in my circle sings. It's like I just couldn't get away from it. I'm always gonna sing.
Where did your personality come from? Was it? Are you always this crazy?
Yes.
Yes. Crazy.
Right? I woke up like this.
Okay.
And went to sleep like it too.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live. On Be Exposed
Thank you for tuning in to BeExposedRadio.com. Sit back, relax, and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
What does hustle hard mean to you? What does that signify in your life?
That's a lifestyle for me. You know what I mean? Like, true story. I was born into a family and a community of hustlers. Now let's get focused right quick, because when people hear the word hustler, they confuse it with con artist or something negative. So they like to call people entrepreneurs, right? But the definition, and I'm paraphrasing, but the definition of hustle is forced movement or to be hurried.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
That's a part of my thing now.
Artist Exchange.
Eric now to be nice every other week.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
I can't chicken while I'm on air. So you gonna be nice this week to me, Eric? I was going to treat you to lunch and everything tomorrow, but I guess that doesn't matter to you. So welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show, here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. It's me, your host, Nate. I am here with my co-host, Mr. Hullywood.
How y'all doing out there?
My engineer, Mr. Eric W., because he don't want people to know who he is. He don't want to be associated with my show or anything like that, because he got a life, a real life. I think Eric's a superhero in real life. Like, he just don't tell people. And last but not least, Miss Kara Smoot, my production assistant, who has been working it out and who I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to keep her after the summer. She doesn't know it yet, though, but we got to figure out how to keep this ball rolling, because I'm not going to be able to live with her. So, straight off the presses. Well, it's not straight off the presses. The Wonder Woman movie has done phenomenal. I didn't know that there were so many Wonder Woman out in the world. I mean, women were coming, and some men coming with Wonder Woman costumes on to watch the movie. It was a couple of them. I mean, whatever you do is what you do. Question of it, do you think Wonder Woman is a feminist hero? Or is Wonder Woman a feminist hero? I guess that's the question. Do superhero films objectify women or promote violence towards women, even if they feature a strong female lead? Now, see, this is confusing to me, because, the other story of today is Michelle Rodriguez threatening to leave the Fast and Furious franchise because she feels as though they don't keep the women that they include in their story. So this Wonder Woman is saying that they have the women. The woman is the prominent lead character, but yet it's too much violence. Like, I'm kind of torn. I don't understand. Like, what are we supposed to be? Like, what are we supposed to be doing in this moment? So, call in 410-702-5657. Let us know how you feel. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, so I'm not going to really comment too much on that. Do you think it's too much violence against women in these superhero-esque action movies?
I mean, it's been like that even before in the comics, so why is it should be a problem now?
I mean, it should have been a problem then, but I'm just saying. But I don't understand. Not so much from the perspective of of the women per se, but more so any marginalized group of people who want to be included in the conversation or included in the process of anything.
Right.
Too much of one thing is an issue, too little of another thing is a problem. You know, not enough here, make your own movies. Create your own superheroes. And then you can be whatever you want to be. Like, we have so many different points of view now. Like, you can have so many different platforms. You don't have to be a blockbuster. You can have Tidal and what's the other one? Netflix and Hulu. You have so many different options where you can release your work. You don't have to do it this way. So go make your own movies and stop complaining when somebody else took their creativity and made their art and made their work, and now you're mad because it didn't include you. Well, you didn't create it. So how is somebody supposed to make something about your perspective and you're not included in it? Right. So that's enough for Wonder Woman. Like I said, Michelle Rodriguez, she is one of the stars of the Fast and Furious franchise. She is leaving and threatening to leave due to the harsh treatment of women in this series. She feels as though they don't give enough attention to the women, and the women don't last. So most of the women who were in one won't be in the next one. So she definitely feels as though they should be getting equal treatment. But this is a guy's movie. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but how much respect do you think you're going to get? Speaking of, so I think Kara was kind of doing this kind of thread in her stories today. But last but not least, we have Miss Remy Ma demolishing the Nicki Minaj trend at the BET Awards. She smashed her with Hip Hop Artist of the Year. And then she even ended her acceptance speech with a little snippet from the Ether diss track, which was a real big slap in Remy Ma's face. So, I don't think I can hear. Is this up?
I can hear you.
Can this? Hello? So, I really enjoyed it. I'm really upset at people's remarks against the BET. Like, it's always something hood about it or something ghetto about it or something they didn't like. Don't watch it no more. Why are you still watching it? Stop watching it. Some people enjoy it. I enjoy the BET Awards because I really feel like it's the real awards. It's the award that I, aside from like the essence and all that, I enjoy it. So, shut up. Don't watch BET anymore if you got a problem with it. Like they always, and it's always us. We always talking about it, but yeah, we watch it every year. Like, what did you think was going to happen differently? It promotes hip-hop. That's the forefront of what the BET Awards is.
Right.
Hip-hop culture. Like, what was you expecting the Oscars? Like, what? I don't get it. Like, no. So, Remy Ma definitely did her thing.
Yeah, shout out to you, Remy Ma.
Nicki Minaj didn't come. And unfortunately, hey, who cares?
I mean, y'all both still selling records though, so you
but
know
I don't
what I mean?
care about her.
Remy Ma came on top.
I don't,
We don't care about Nicki.
I don't care about her. Sore loser. Oh, you like Nicki Minaj, Eric? You a Nicki Minaj? I knew he was a Nicki Minaj fan.
You see his cheeks rising. He's smiling on it. Yeah.
You like Nicki Minaj? You wish she would have won.
Nah.
So you telling me you don't like Remy Ma? That's what you saying? She too much woman for you? That's what you're saying? He don't like Remy Ma. He's a Nicki fan. Let me find out he a Nicki fan.
I ain't gonna lie.
So that means you like Tamar. That's the I mean you like Tamar. Tamar was also at the BET Awards. They say she was lip singing.
Oh Lord. She did it Britney Spears?
But she overly dramatic. She trying to not be everything that Toni Braxton is, so shout out to her for trying. Like, get off the stage trying to be a pop star at 40. But she can do it. Who am I to say she can't be a pop star? But the biggest news on my plate, first of all, let me just explain to you the level of tired that I am right now. I work hard. I really do. Like, I really try to do as much as I can do as an artist and to break ceilings and break through and be all that I can be. You know, the whole spew. But I'm really tired. This was the first week of the camp that I work at, the Maya Baraka Writing Institute. And I'm tired. Now, Damonn came on the last day. He came today. He has not been there all week. And he was only there for half a day. So I really don't really want to even ask him his opinion. Like, is he tired? But I'm tired. I really am. I've never had to think this much when it came to teaching. And that sounds really crazy. And I don't want anybody to be nervous about that child being with me. Because I'm a really teacher child. Like, your child's really going to walk away being an awesome actor. Or at least never wanting to act again. Like, they go only go to the extreme of it. Shout out to my class, my acting class, my cohorts at the Dumore, Baltimore, Maya Baraka Writing Institute, my crew. Who is it? Slangston Hughes and Lady Breon and Black Chakra and Grimm and who else? Shinyir. Did I say Shinyir? Miss Shinyir, who's the director, Miss Unique, the director of the program, other director, Kenneth Say Something, Kenneth Morrison. Shout out to y'all for doing this all year long. I haven't done this in a year. And this year has definitely, but even the way I do it is normally once or twice a week for a couple hours a day, and it's not from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Shout out to all the teachers out there that make this thing work every day, all year long. I would go crazy. So we have some interesting guests coming up today. She'll be joining us. I met this young lady doing a reading of a play, and actually her son goes to the camp that I go to. So we'll hear more about her and her posse, Miss Tina B. She's been on here before. She's a visual artist. And they're bringing another one of their partners with them. They are doing a project. It's a festival coming up soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. I don't know what time it is. I don't have my phone.
7-Eleven.
Oh, 7-Eleven, so we got 4 more minutes. So they'll be doing this festival coming up, and we'll hear more about the festival. I want to say it's in August. But I could be wrong. It might be in July. But we're going to get the specific dates when they get here. They'll be here shortly. What else is coming up? Next week, I have Mr. Tamil Robinson. He's a fashion designer from New York. He's doing some great things, some big things. I hope he brings me a size 12 shoe. Because he makes shoes, he makes clothing, he makes accessories, he makes luggage.
Oh, God.
He makes his own fabric.
Got your own franchise.
Right. He has his own franchise. So we'll be talking to him. He'll be coming all the way down from New York to join us. And then aside from Tamil, we'll have Miss Sharon Nixon of Baltimore Fashion Week coming on to tell us what's to come this year for Baltimore Fashion Week. And don't forget, Baltimore Fashion Week also hosts a show in New York during New York's Fashion Week. So definitely stay tuned, stay locked in for that. What else is coming up? We have a couple more surprises. Stay tuned. I'm going to just say September the 9th. Just stay tuned. The Magic Ball is cooking.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely stay tuned for that. And then this weekend, myself and Mr. Hullywood will be joining Miss Richburg in Virginia, in Beechmere, Virginia.
Yep.
For the Life Jennings concert on Sunday. Mr. Dumarasi. He'll be, we're his guest at the event. So he's the guitarist for Mr. Life Jennings. So we'll be there. I haven't been to a concert in a long time.
So I've never been. Oh, yeah, I have. No, I haven't.
I think the last concert I went to was, I want to say Jill Scott, maybe like a year or so ago. But it's been a little minute. So I got to get my energy up. So I got to go straight to sleep after tomorrow's show. Or I'm going to be tired.
Like, last concert I've been to, it's actually my artist, Rico Will.
Okay. So, but he hasn't brought his artist on because I guess he doesn't think the show is important enough. But it's cool though. It's cool.
I brought him here.
You brought him here?
Yeah, he was actually on the show when you was away. You was doing your stage production, and
But I wasn't here though.
You wasn't here, but
so you embarrassed by me. Okay, I understand. Also, this weekend, I'm trying to get up to Philly to see my friend Kyle. He'll be going to a month-long writing workshop in London. So he leaves the end of next week. So his birthday is on the 20th. So I'm trying to, parlay and pray for a ticket to get to Philly. No, of course, if I could get there, I would definitely be there. I would be in his luggage. He has a hotel room, so I could crash there. Oh, that's a good idea. I wonder how much.
To go to London, probably like 13.
I don't think it's that much.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think it's that much. But get your passports ready. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show only on BigExposedRadio.com with the Hullywood Report.
Oh.
What's going on this weekend? Nothing? It's too cold? Girl, I'm never going to go see this Selma movie. Gosh. It's sad. I don't like looking at people in old clothes. You know what I'm saying? Dressed in them styles. Those styles is played. And I definitely don't want to go see another movie where Oprah got her bags on display. The ones under her eyes. And I love me some Oprah, but goodness gracious, they always put her, strip her down with no makeup on, and them bags on her eyes be on display. Like, girl, let your worries go. Stop holding them down like that. Get some rest. She need a whole week of sleep.
The all-new season of Talk Lately, Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired Radio Show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do.
About the pay?
I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids and when you got a wife and then you doing everything and you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place like with this radio show, you ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody be coming to your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the lobby?
Yeah, make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
That is a nice commercial.
I don't care if it's $20.
Donate.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop King, check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
Looking for your next home? Kemp & Associates is a full-service real estate and property management company that's been serving the community for 18 years with due diligence. They have 2 locations and 27 agents to serve the Central Maryland area. Call for your residential needs at 410-580-0606, located at 1328 Ricestown Road, Suite B, and 5248 Ricestown Road, Unit 2. Meet them online at www.baltimorehomesource.org. Kemp & Associates, your home specialist. Don't make a move without us.
I had got drunk one night. This is the night that I put my head through the window and everything.
Why would you do that?
Now, I was sitting on the floor.
All these stories always involve alcohol.
They do. I was sitting on the floor. And my drink of choice back then was vodka and orange juice.
Ooh,
it's still my drink of choice, but I don't drink it as much.
I was a 151 kid, straight up.
I love vodka, especially when it was
that rubberneck all.
You know.
What brand?
I love back then. I was hooked on Absolute.
That was the best at the time.
And Pinnacle was like number 2 and stuff like that.
Because they didn't have what's the new one that came out? Yeah, what was the new one?
Ciroc, vodka, and
no, the other one. Who is real smooth? New Amsterdam.
Grey and
New Amsterdam came out, and it was so.
And Grey Goose. Grey Goose was out at that time too.
See, I didn't drink. I told you 151. That was my.
Yeah, Grey Goose vodka was one of the ones because I loved the bottle.
Because you can light it on fire.
The bottle was hot. It was that shaded, that shaved glass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I was sitting on the floor, and we was talking about something. I don't even remember what we were talking about. All I know is I was bust out laughing. Cock ching, ling, 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 glass everywhere. I wouldn't cut it all though. I had to.
Because you had your bun.
Actually, I didn't. I didn't have any hair back then.
Oh.
I don't remember. I don't think I did.
And you ain't cut your hair?
Nope. I was just fine. I was like, oh, your glass broke, and it was winter, dead of winter.
Check more of these funny moments out when you tune into Be Exposed Radio.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Yeah, this the man that holds it down. Mr. Showtime, D the Boss. Check us out every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
I'm in a relationship. Mm-hmm. My girl happens to be long distance. Mm-hmm. So with that being said,
I beat my thing like it owes me money. Sorry.
Because I asked that because so many people are not comfortable.
Here's my thing. It's mine.
That's right.
And you need to know yourself before you can have somebody please. If you can't tell nobody how to please you, if you don't know how to please yourself.
That's right.
You know what you like. You know what you like. You know the stroke, all that. So you're right. And I mean, you shouldn't be ashamed of it. It's your body. Yeah, I'm over here struggling with the ear.
Yeah, I'm glad it's you today. I'm glad it's you today, brother.
Oh, this thing going to drop. It's going to drop about at least like 5 times.
I'm over there struggling.
So E.D., do you have a problem with masturbating?
No, I don't. I don't masturbate often because I have a fear of going blind. So, yes. When I found, yes.
You could go blind from
yes. I read about it. Is that true? No. It's not true.
It's not.
Okay.
Because I was going to say I should have been blind a long time ago.
Let me drop some knowledge on you real quick.
I was just playing.
But
Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We have several different shows, so they've really been coming out. Welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. It's me, your host, Nate, with my co-host, Mr. Hullywood.
Hey, how y'all doing out there?
So we're joined by the Sticky Bun Girls. That's not their real name though. But I'll
come on, give us that introduction. Yeah.
Because it just made my mouth water. Because I just
exactly.
When she said it to me, I was like, "Ooh, that'll make me want to go to the Sticky Bun." Like that's something I want to be at. So we're gonna go around. We're gonna start with this young lady right here.
Hello.
Tell us who you are. If you can get a little bit closer to the mic.
Absolutely. How's this?
Yeah, that's great. That's
okay. So I am Kay. Hi everybody. I'm glad you guys are tuning in and listening to us. What do you need to know about me?
Who you are? Who you are?
Okay. Tell us about yourself.
I'm an amazing person. Okay. I'm an amazing spirit, and I'm.
Wow, but she didn't bring any food with her today. So
I didn't. I didn't. I was actually kind of
at Phillips.
I was at Phillips earlier, but however, I'm filled to the brim in just a bunch of different things. So my name is Kay, and I'm an artist. And
what's your medium?
Everything. I
can
use any and everything. The only one thing that's kind of like uneasy for me to use is food. I'm not a really good, like I can cook, but I'm not like I don't really have true culinary skills. My knife skills suck bad. Like
you might can do like some carving or something, maybe some fruit decor or something like that. Don't mess with my other food though.
Yeah, I could probably do that, but when it comes to me and being like a culinary artist, I'm just
So if you had to choose one of them, what would be like your favorite go-to?
My most spoken medium would probably be photography.
Photography.
That's one thing I absolutely love because I feel like I look at things from a completely different perspective than the rest of the world. I feel like people look at things and just go by it every day. You know what I mean? Like it's just in passing. It's kind of like gray matter, white noise to them. But for me, the things
look at her. She just started slipping them terms out there.
No, for me it's kind of like I like to pay attention to what people sleep on.
Right.
I like to pay attention to what it is that would probably not capture your attention at all.
So are you an old school photographer or
I studied at School of Visual Arts in New York.
Okay.
And
she's just throwing them out. Catch that stuff, y'all.
I'm sorry.
It's on the ground.
So, I started when I was in high school. Beans and I, we have a very long history, but when I started photography when I was in high school, a part of a newspaper that we compiled together called The Catalyst.
What school did you go to?
Northwestern.
Okay.
Northwestern High School. A bunch of great things. Don't let it sleep on you, but a bunch of great things.
Did you see the hood level raising?
See this with me. Only because when people hear about Northwestern High School or when people talk about particular city high schools, like they never get any credit for it. Everybody wants to be on city or poly. I was always one of them.
But I'm saying
they didn't even have a library at City. You know, like who reps City?
That's the thing, but
it's a haunted house on a hill.
Right. That's what I've always people rep City so hard, and that was always one of the schools I wanted to go to, but I couldn't. Either it was my grades or my academics, and also distance. I wasn't able to get there, so that's one of the schools.
It was just a fashion show. You ain't missing out. Couple singers. Oh, I forgot you went to City. Okay.
I went to
Stop giving her fodder then. I'm giving her energy.
Mm-hmm.
So at Northwestern, is that where you start taking more classes, or is this something you've always done as far as being an artist?
Well, I got to give a lot of credit to some of the people who are around me. It's a guy named Jamar Jones. Actually, I believe it was him and another guy named Jari. Between him and Jari, they both really kind of dumped the camera into my lap, and I was supposed to take pictures of the different things that we had going around in the high school. So one of the things that I
you was the booster club?
Yeah, kind of. You know what I mean? I was definitely a part of we were really a good group of students, but it was a different academy. I was in a public relations academy, which is kind of separate from what the regular academics were at Northwestern. So but it was good, and I was glad to be exposed the way I was exposed, no pun intended, but I was glad because I you know what I mean, without that I wouldn't have went to New York. I wouldn't have seen some of the things that I experienced in New York to be able to
so you picked up the camera first
in high school,
and then everything else came. And that happens as an artist, so we'll unfold that today, because as soon as you get great at one thing, it introduces you to something else, and that's the crazy that lies in us, because we spend so much money on materials, on stuff that we wasn't intending to spend stuff on. I don't go into art supply stores no more. I buy my stuff online. You will not catch me slipping like that, because I'll buy something that has nothing to do with, say, I like making jewelry, so nothing. Why am I buying this 8-foot canvas? What am I didn't come in here for this.
But it be on sale. And then you can use a little coupon, stuff like that. That's what's got me in.
That's how Michaels get you. Don't fall for the trick.
I always do.
Don't fall for the trick.
Shop at Michaels. I don't like Michaels.
But see, at Michaels, I'm in the floral department, the stuff that has nothing to do with why I would go in there. I'll end up over there.
But then it might. You might see something and be like, oh, wait a minute, I could use this for that.
So
that's the clearance rack. That's what happens with the clearance rack.
That's
right.
I'm not
like, where's my creativity going today? Let's see what the clearance rack has.
Yes, that's kind of the direction I go in. But when you were talking about being able to, like, you know, when I was talking about, you know, other people who worked with me and going into having something pushed on you, and it's, or not pushed on you, but having something kind of like come to you, and then you kind of just go in the direction. That's kind of even how I got with Beans. Beans is so amazing. Like, she really is such an amazing person. This is the reason why we even here today.
Right.
I did not have the balls, excuse my language, but I'm sorry, excuse my language, but I did not
pause.
Sorry, guys, but I'm just being really honest with you, because I'm like, right now I'm in socks and like slip-on sandals, and I really have been the most happiest I've ever been in my life, just being me. But other people seeing the real you, to be able to pull it out and to continue to, you know what I mean, feed that. I've gotten that with this woman right here. You know what
Boss Lady Beans.
Boss Lady Beans. Okay. Boss Lady Beans.
Well, sometimes it takes that person, and for me, I'm not, you know, I try to be that person because I know what it is to have something that have to be pulled out of you. And from day one throughout school, I've always been that person that a teacher sees something and they'll include you in this. You know, I was on the yearbook committee and they had nothing to do. College, I joined the yearbook. I couldn't take a picture to save my life. Like, I know I messed up all of their cameras, so but it did something to me because it exposed me to another art form. Like, and I had to learn how to use it, because after I broke the second camera, I think they was like, this coming out of your tuition next semester if you break another camera. So I learned how to do things, but you get introduced to people, and that's why one of the reasons I tell people go to college. Even if academically it ain't for you, try it, because the people that you meet will far outweigh the grades that you didn't get. Like, just that networking, that first 2 years or so will definitely put you on the right path. But we're going to go pay some bills on this path, and we'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show with Boss Lady Beans.
Come on. Okay. I like that one. We're going to stick with that for the rest of the year, Boss Lady Beans.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Even as a comedian, if I say a joke and it just might not fit your cup of tea, but it's mine, that's what a comedian is supposed to do.
But people forget
everybody's not going to find your jokes funny. They better find mine funny.
But they forget that, though. They really forget that. They forget that but it's your view. That's why they didn't fire her. Yeah. Because her viewpoint is controversial.
Her view. That's the view she sees.
Right.
Everybody is clear to her.
Like, they did the reaction to
cellophane.
They did the reaction to the Chris Rock Oscar, and they were talking about Stacey Dash, and I don't think she agrees with Stacey Dash, but she pointed her out as somebody who has an opinion that's just different from everybody else's.
Her opinion is just stupid, though. Stacey Dash she's like a Dash. Let's just move on.
I think she's intelligent, but her
You're still going.
opinion.
We're gonna move on. Stacey Dash doesn't need to be talked about. She's irrelevant.
You said her name like 3 times already.
She's irrelevant.
I said it once.
Dash. Dot. So, I couldn't have meant that more. She is so irrelevant. I'm not even gonna say her name. But we're here every Tuesday, and we talk about
everybody,
people just
check out
like
what
that
you
at
missed
7
on the
p.m.
one and only Be Inspired Radio Show. Our topic tonight is Spirit of Thanksgiving. And I have in the studio with me my husband, Titus James. Woo!
Titus. Hello. Titus James. Titus.
We up here.
This man.
We like off the chain because we not, you know, it's right before. Like I say, it's right before a holiday. Nobody, you know, when you at work.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And from that, we decided that this whole thing.
Hey, welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show. I said about to say something else. Here live on BeExposedRadio.com. Next up to bat is Miss Boss Lady Beans. Tina B herself. She came on here once.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
There you go. You got it.
She came on here earlier with TJ Transvision, another awesome artist in the Baltimore community. So she was on here with the TJ Transvision takeover. But we're going to learn a little bit more about it. If you missed that show, definitely stay tuned, because she got some boss lady stuff she want to just... She just going to drop some jewels and just, you know, some bombs on you. So let us know who you are, what you do, how you do it.
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so my name is Tina B, Beans, Bina, whatever you want to call me, and I am an artist myself. And I'm an artist of many things, just like Kay said that she is. I'm also, well, I'm not a photographer, but I have a really good eye. But my passion is whole time. But my passion is acrylic base paintings.
I just like, it's more control in it. Like I feel like it's more. I tried oil and that was a waste of my money. Cause it stink.
Y'all said like it was like something wrong with it.
Cause it dry funny, it take too long, all that.
The reason why I said it, because I've never really worked with it like that. So when he said it, it was like, he said this wastes his money, so I gotta invest. Right. I'm good.
Some people have the patience. You have to have the patience for it, because it takes long. It's a longer process. But acrylic is like, you know, I just like it. It works for me. You know, I can't do spray paint like everybody else because I'm gonna kill myself because I don't know the skill set. But you know, it just stinks and it's messy. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tina.
I mean, that's just about it.
So how did this group come together?
Man, it's.
She was sitting one day, just counting her bread. Like, how can I make more bread?
Pretty much. No. I initially wanted to do.
I'm sorry, just put it down a little bit.
Okay.
There you go.
I initially wanted to do an art show, and I was like, well, it was a couple people that I've already hit, and I wanted them to be a part of it. And I think I started planning like close to a year before it actually happened. And then it was like once I was ready and I reached out to the artist, and at first I was like, well, they might not want to, you know how you ask somebody to do something and then it's like, yeah, but then you go back months later and it's like, oh, I'm busy. But everybody was down. And then these two young ladies, they just been there. They're like my backbone for real. Like I don't even think it would have been able to be as successful if they weren't there to help me, because I was just all over the place.
So what was keeping you from really breaking that glass ceiling for yourself in the arts? Like what was your blockage?
To be honest, I might sound a little shady, but I was hitting Afro punk back to back to back, and it's like you gotta know somebody to know somebody to know somebody that knows somebody to get in touch with them. So it was like I'm sending y'all emails, I'm sending voice messages, nobody answering the phone, nobody hit me back. So it's like I feel like at this point I need to be better than y'all, and that's where
all he did was just missed out on a great blessing. That's all.
See, that's where the boss lady come out. It snuck out a little bit.
Their loss, you know.
But that's what happens. Like a group like that started based on being, you know, not being able to communicate or be a part of somebody else's stuff, and you get to a certain level and you forget what your original mission and purpose and agenda was, and then you shutting out the same people that you wanted to include.
Absolutely.
So we have to be, and that's why so many different art organizations and communities. Even in a city like this, there are hundreds of communities of artists, because people feel isolated and they feel left out. You know, I moved to Station North to be a part of the art scene.
Hi, neighbor.
Hey. But we still don't know each other.
We still don't.
We still are separated, and there's still things that are only for MICA students, that are only for, you know, this type of program, only for this membership. And what was the point? You know, I could have stayed way over west and just commuted, you know, to be, you know, pushed out.
Yeah, I just feel like our responsibility at this point is to platform urban artists that needs an artistic voice. Like, we're here for you. Like, seriously.
And there are plenty of different programs that come to our city that take advantage of us, just take our ticket sales, and then they leave with their money, and then we're left no sales, no promotion, no better off than what we were. I'm not saying Raw Artist is that type of person, but
I've done Raw.
not even, I mean, I'm shouting out these names only because they need to be checked. Because they're not doing what their purpose is. On their websites, there's a mission, and they're not following that mission.
I feel like
I'll call them out. Give me the name.
I feel like shows like that, I just feel like it's more so, I don't feel like it's catered towards the visual artists.
Right.
And I think they don't get as much.
It's like their atmosphere. They create the atmosphere. That's it.
That's about it. Like, they don't really care about what you do. They want you to sell them tickets.
Right. They just care about the money.
You sell them tickets. You on your own. You set up your own. You do your own. You find your own plug. You find whatever while you're there. And I just felt like what was the point? Like, and I'm really personable. Like, I want to come to you and talk to you. Like, I want to send you long emails. I want to appreciate you. I want to tell you I appreciate you. And I want to thank you a million times. And I didn't even get a chance to meet or shake the hands of the person that actually, you know, hosts the event. And not just Raw. I've been in so many shows, it's ridiculous. And I still, like, have not met the person that actually did the show. I was just a part. So I more so feel like decoration.
So how will this organization be any different? First, tell us the name of the umbrella company, because Sticky Bun is just the event, the annual event that you host. So give us the name and website and how they can send checks and money orders. And
absolutely. So we are Appreciate the Arts Baltimore. So basically, we don't have a website just yet because we're still, you know,
still building. I got you.
Still in the making, but you can definitely find us on Facebook. It's Appreciate the Arts, and then on Instagram, it's Appreciate_the_arts.
There we go. So we gonna slide right over here to the Z lady herself.
Hello,
Miss Zakiya. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Miss Zakiya,
aka Sweet Baby.
Okay, Sweet Baby.
Oh yes. Yes, thank you for dropping that.
She's a new radio personality and jewelry designer and actress.
I had to quit on my radio show. Yes,
but that doesn't mean you're not a radio personality.
I'm still like I'm gonna get back on because I got the bug. Like, I love doing this now. I love it.
I'm telling you, this was supposed to be just a break from being an actor. And it's 3 years later.
I mean, so, you know, if you want an additional co-host every now and then, little special guest.
Well. We'll talk at the break.
You know? But, my name is Zakiya Ayanna, a.k.a. Zaki, a.k.a. Sweet Baby. And I am...
She is just... Go ahead.
I'm a poet and writer at heart. Like, that's where I come from. I've been writing forever, and I've been putting myself out there. And you know, the thing about me and Tina Bean, I suffer, and I still suffer from anxiety and depression. And I was not sharing my work. I wasn't doing open mics. I wasn't really sharing. You know, I would share online for people to read it, but I wasn't going out there and putting myself out there. And she came up with Appreciate the Arts, and she's like, "And you're gonna be in my show." And I'm like, "But I can't do it." She's like, "No, if I'm doing this, then you can do it too. You're gonna be in my show. People need to hear you." So. That was a thing, and then she did push me out there. Like, I had reservations because I'm like, you know, holding on to this fear and this anxiety, and I'm telling her like, well, you paint, your stuff is stationary. Like, all you got to do is be like, hey, you look at this. I had to get up and apply, like, bear myself. And
you could have wrote a book
and get over a bunch of insecurities and a bunch of different things to be in front of people to share my work. And since Appreciate the arts and a little bit before then because I was trying to get myself prepared to do her show. Like, her show was paramount to me. Like, that was the thing that I was getting myself ready for. And I had been doing, you know, putting myself out there in the artist, you know, the poet community, but not really getting into any cliques, like just being seen.
Right.
And so yeah, that turned into me doing shows, me getting my son recognized because I'm trying to get him out there into the world doing what he wants to do. And it led me to a radio show, and I'm doing all of these things. And a friend of mine sent a message not too long ago, and I keep going back to this. He sent a message to me because I hadn't spoken to him in a while, and he's like, asked me what I had been up to, and I'm telling him, and he's like, oh, look at you, you know, this time last year you needed to have a safety person with you to even go out.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I forgot all about that. So just like I give Boss Lady Beans a whole lot of credit for that, because
just take it, Boss Lady. That's your new painting, Boss Lady.
Right. And so in doing that, like y'all was saying earlier, once you get in that one thing, I'm like, well, writing is what I do. Then you know where we met at Danielle's,
the reading,
her reading for her play. I did that, and I met you, and so I wouldn't even get into acting. Because I feel like that's something that I would be good at if I applied myself. And then I started painting, and how that came about was I like gaudy jewelry, and I saw these earrings in the store, these plain giant wooden earrings, and I'm like, my friend, I have a lot of artist friends, I'm like, they could paint on these. That would be hot if I could get a few of my friends, my artist friends, to paint on these, and I would walk around wearing that art. And so one person did it, and I saw it, and I was like, this cool, I like it, but I can do this myself. And so that's where Sweet Baby Accessories was born, where I take wooden jewelry and I paint on it. And
did you know you could paint?
I did not.
She did.
I didn't. She did. I didn't know that I could paint because I had canvas, and I felt like I ruined the canvas, and this was like a year ago, and I was like, nah, this is not your lane.
One of them Michael trips.
Definitely one of my trips.
I'm like, this is not my lane. I'm a chill. But because I love fashion, and because I like, you know, like some of the jewelry, it started off based in erotica because I do write that.
And they were, whew.
Yes. She writes really
the first one I saw, I think the lollipop one you had on.
Okay. Oh, the ones I wore here, she was eating a banana. And so yeah, it was just so like a nice marriage between my love for fashion and jewelry and my love for erotica and my love for art. Like I really felt like that it was something that I hadn't seen anybody else do.
But you're so unassuming. I wouldn't have thought that would have came out of you.
No. First of all, I remember like we would be in DMs and she was like, "Look, I'm sketching this," and it's like, oh, she knew she could paint. She knew I
can draw well enough. But I didn't know that I could do that until I did it.
But I saw you on, what was that, Instagram, and you were painting. And I said, okay, look at her, like, detail. Yeah, that wouldn't have looked like that with me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm an abstract artist.
And it's such, like, in the small ones, like, the big ones are cool, but I'm finding myself drawn to the small ones because it's really tedious and it's painstaking, like, and you have to be detailed because otherwise
patience.
You have to have patience, and so I'm enjoying all of that. So
we gonna get more with the boss ladies of the Sticky Bun Festival. Right. And appreciate for the arts.
Appreciate the arts.
Appreciate the arts.
Yes.
When we return to the Artist Exchange Radio Show only on BeExposedRadio.com. Pew, 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 pew.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Check out this flashback from the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
That's the biggest thing, is just empowerment. Just get off of the begging line. Just be proud and just get our pride and our dignity back, because as a child, were taught how to go and beg for a job. Our parents, they literally taught us how to make sure you pull your pants up. Me, I'm 6'7", so I'm a bigger man. I was always taught how to not be threatening or intimidate people when I go into different interviews or different scenarios. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. You know, and we need to eliminate that, and the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being willing, because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see us do better and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on bottom. I understand who I was. I know I didn't fall out of the sky and land on a plantation. So when you have knowledge of self and you know who you are and what you come from, it's frustrating more than anything to see us in this position.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. live on BigExposedRadio.com.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Monty when he rants about his staff.
I agree. Can you come on? I told you stop touching that button. Why is it so loud? God. Did you turn one all the way up again? Do I have to come in there? God damn her. If it was going right, I would let you do your part, but I'm sorry, but it's just not functioning the way it's supposed to be. You're live on the air. I told you mind your business.
Well, Monty, if I can comment on the Jennifer Holiday situation, I can.
I know I'm live on the air. I'm sorry, 1 second. Okay. I know I'm live on the air. This is why this whole show is called Talk Lately. Anyway, let's get back to every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to Be.
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Students, when you hear the reason or reasons for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Once you've exited, remove your cap and gown and proceed into the unknown. Too tired. Family trip. Part-time job. Helping around the house. Sick day. Starting the holidays early. Just because.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Everything away, and when I did that, I found myself by myself doing this one thing. Right. And I just realized I needed a team, because you do so much more when you got a Kara with you or Hullywood or Eric, because you get so much more accomplished. Right. I can focus on things to push the business forward, and you delegate those things that other people are great at, because that's not what you need to be doing. Like, sometimes you got to make sure your cup stays full. You can't run off of fumes and possibilities. Like, you can't eat like that. You can't live like, so your bill's not being paid, but this artist over here is selling, and that artist over there is selling, and they doing their thing, and you sitting there and you feel yourself at a standstill, and it's hard. But how do you push through that? So we're back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show on the pulpit, and we're speaking with these lovely young ladies. Yes, thank you. I've really, when Zakiya was telling me about your program, like, I love stuff like that. I love seeing us working together in a community like this to make stuff go, because it's so hard to be an artist by yourself. And we're so used to being that artist back in our cave, working by ourselves. But when we get to work with other people, some of my best projects have been being able to work with people. Now, I'm a natural leader. I'm a little bossy, just a little bit. But I love working with people, though. I love collaborative efforts, you know, because you get so much more done.
Right.
For the first time ever as a teacher, I did a group lesson plan for 2 weeks straight with 4 other artists. And we didn't get a lot of work done, but we got a lot accomplished. But I swear it was so resourceful, because with one person just throwing out ideas, it just sharpened your tool. Because it's something that I didn't even look at, something that I didn't even think about. So now the Writing Institute that we're part of is so much better because we did our work together. So we're prepared to do that.
Which my son is participating in this summer.
Yes,
Shout out to Maya Baraka Writing Institute.
Yes,
I love people there.
It really is a whole new outlook on what arts could be for individuals, especially young people. And they need to learn this collaboration because we're such an I generation now that we don't know how to work together. So building this art came from, you know, the frustration of trying to be a part of other people's work. So where do you see this program going in the next couple years?
I feel like it's not just you talking about us as a whole, or
Just your group, just Sticky. Let's start with the Sticky Bun Festival.
Man, it's about to be lit because
Volume
I
1.
feel like
Volume 1.
I'm trying to
feel
beat
like
it.
You gotta be
First annual.
Right. I feel like we need something for us.
Right.
And I want people to be able to feel comfortable going to, or you know, like when you go somewhere, you automatically feel like you don't belong. And I've had that experience recently.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say where and when.
Write it down. I said.
No. But you go somewhere and you just instantly feel, oh, this not for me.
That was definitely.
They don't want me here. You know what I mean? So I just want people to feel comfortable.
I was just a membership fee. That's all.
Right. I just want to create I want us to create a really good environment for people to feel comfortable, be themselves, and still have a chance to appreciate good art.
So this date, Sticky Bun Festival.
9/9.
9/9/9.
For the 9/9/2000, you heard me.
2000.
So what can we expect this day, and where is my vending application at? I'm just saying.
I'm gonna definitely give you my email so you can hit me on the vending part. But as far as location, it's secret right now.
But I'm gonna tell you, as far as what can we expect? What can we expect?
Or is that
Sticky Buns?
Sticky Buns will be there.
Music.
Don't do that.
Sticky Buns will be there. That's one of the questions that I get asked the most. Sticky Buns will be there.
Let me tell you how it came about. All right, so I was at lunch.
I don't want to play with y'all no more.
We had already was talking about doing a festival, but I was at lunch and I was in there by myself because I finished my with my patient late, and I didn't have time to go get something to eat, and I had a honey bun. So I'm eating a honey bun. I'm like, Sticky Bun Festival. So I had like a list of names, and like
Why didn't we meet earlier? Because that's the type of stuff.
She a foodie and she also a visionary.
So when
my best ideas is coming when I got a cheeseburger in front of me. Oh my God!
You give me a cheesesteak and I'm the same way. I'm
trying to tell you. So I was just really like into the honey bun, and I'm just like, Sticky Bun. So I read off we had a conference call that Tuesday, and I ran off the names, and they were like, wait a minute, go back. What was that one? What was that one? Sticky Bun.
Sticky Bun just make your mouth water.
Me and Zakiya were like, oh yeah, that's the one. Like that's the one we gonna rock with. That's the one we gonna roll with. And that's the direction it went into, which was amazing.
It was after that. You couldn't even get. Even if we wanted to change it to something else, you always diverted back to Sticky Bun. No Sticky Bun.
It just make you like a Sticky Bun. Who had a bad experience with a Sticky Bun? You crazy? You not saying
you crazy.
You crazy? Like it just when she first said it to me, I was like, like in my mind, we were eating when she said it. I was like, that salad tasted real good after you said that. Like, okay, I can be a part of the Sticky. But as far as atmosphere is concerned, like, what should we like?
Fun,
whimsical,
class, whimsy. Yes, that was one of the words. You know, because we're all, that black girl magic thing that's out there. Like I typically don't like that term, but it's the easiest way to relate to how we are.
Yeah. You don't like it?
I don't like it. It's kind of cliche. Yeah, it's kind of like, but we all
it's gotten cliche.
We have our own lane, and we're atypical, you know. And I call myself, like for instance, I call myself an intellectual ratchet. Because
a little ratchet.
Yeah, a little ratchet. Because you don't have to be. You can be loud. I can be loud. I can cuss you out.
And it's okay.
Yeah, and it's okay. But I can also talk to you.
You supporting the crazy. Okay.
Yes,
I got you.
Because we don't get enough of these kind of conversations.
Yeah.
Like, we always got to quiet ourselves for whatever reason. I don't have time to be quiet.
But that's what we were taught.
Right. And I can be loud and I can be ratchet, but we can also put together an organization that's going to uplift other people.
Right.
So, you know, it's in doing that, that's what we want to appreciate the arts to be about. And that's what Sticky Bun Festival will show. Like, you know, it's classy, it's whimsical, it's a good time. We're going to have musical artists, we're going to have visual artists, we're going to have poets, we're going to have food vendors, we're going to have merchandise vendors, and
possible food trucks.
Yeah, possible. No, we're going to have food trucks.
Can I make a
yes, we've already been making connections.
Just a request. Can y'all call Sharif's?
Oh, that's already in the bag. Let me talk about that. I got that information in my phone. We make moves. We make stuff happen.
Because I've eaten his food like for the past week, and I didn't know they had a food truck until I went down the street, and I was like, where the hell have you been this whole time?
And get Sharif's off the truck.
Yeah, because I'm tired of paying Uber Eats my $5
Reese, we just shout you out, so you know.
Yeah, I don't even want no money. Just give me a salmon platter.
We got like a platform of 10,000 right
extra
now.
sauce.
You know what I mean?
With extra sauce and ground turkey. Thank you.
Let me get my shrimp wrap, please.
110 East Lexington Street.
Let me get a cheesesteak, everything, little hot.
No, they don't sell stuff like that in there. No.
Y'all need to get cheesesteaks on there.
Or the sweet potato cheese.
That's me.
Turned into something.
My Lord. Call them. That's I just told her to get in contact with him. I just want the salmon platter and the cheesecake, sweet potato pie. That's it. That's all I want.
And some banana pudding.
Oh Lord.
Sound good.
The better
Banana pudding is good at every event.
Well, he has a brick and mortar, baby.
I know. I've been to the brick
and mortar.
Lord. But I really didn't get anything that was like.
I've been getting it delivered to the camp, like Uber Eats, baby. It's good. But okay, enough about food because we're going to get out of time. So we're going to take a quick break and get our lives together. We'll be right back here, the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BigExposedRadio.com. Woo, Sharif's.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Yeah, this the man that holds it down, Mr. Showtime, D the Boss. Check us out every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
I'm in a relationship. Mm-hmm. My girl happens to be long distance. Mm-hmm. So with that being said,
I beat my thing like it owes me money. Sorry.
Because I asked that because so many people are not comfortable.
Here's my thing. It's mine.
That's right.
And you need to know yourself before you can have somebody please. If you can't tell nobody how to please you, if you don't know how to please yourself.
That's right.
You know what you like. You know what you like. You know the stroke. All that. So you're right. And I mean, you shouldn't be ashamed of it. It's your body. Yeah, I'm over here struggling with the ear.
Yeah, I'm glad it's you today. I'm glad you today, brother.
Oh, this thing going to drop. It's going to drop about at least like 5 times.
I'm over there struggling.
So ED, do you have a problem with masturbating?
No, I don't. I don't masturbate often because I have a fear of going blind. So yes. When I found
you could go blind from
I read about it. Is that true?
No,
it's not true.
It's not.
Okay.
Because I was gonna say I should have been blind a long time ago.
Let me drop some knowledge on you real quick.
I was just playing.
But
Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
It ain't for you. It ain't for you. I'm telling you. See, you was trying to be, oh, this Baltimore, give me some crab meat.
Right.
She had a couple extra dollars that day. No, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that. Yeah. So she was trying to be special.
Right, I'm trying to be the most. I know.
But women,
I do that. You know, when you got an extra couple dollars, you be like, you know what? Let me just. How much for crab?
Right. Yeah.
Crab. Can I get extra shrimp?
That's that check. That's that check day shopping. That's what that is.
You buying stuff.
You know what? I can afford some shrimp today.
Right. You don't even care what bill you pulled out. Let me just do that. So welcome back to the Artist Exchange. We are some foodies, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
Hungry?
Right.
We started talking about sticky bun fast. Like we went on a whole other tangent.
So welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show, here live on BeExposedRadio.com. I am your host, Nate Couser. I have my co-host, Mr. Hullywood, my engineer, Mr. Coolmo D back there, and my awesome production assistant, Miss Kara Smoot. I keep calling her Kara. I'm sorry.
So beautiful.
She works very hard. She's a UB student. When I say she has showed up and showed out for this internship, she is doing it. Hire this young lady, but she better stay here. So you hire her part-time. Let me just tell y'all that. But I have these young ladies for the Sticky Bun Festival on the 9/9.
For the 9/9 to 2000.
So the location is secret. We have the date. Is it like a day-long event?
It's from 4 to 8.
4 to 8. Okay. A little Saturday afternoon.
That's what it
Just
is.
give you a little bit something. Still got time to go hang out with your boo. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Bring boo and then go turn up later.
Well, you know, whichever one got the most money, the boo or the boo thing. You know, you gotta decide. Decision.
However, it's a free festival, so come. We welcome you.
But them sticky buns ain't free though.
No, the sticky buns ain't free, but it definitely adds to the experience.
Okay.
We are giving people an experience once they get there, so it'll be lovely.
Now, is there a specific vendor for these sticky buns, or we still deciding that?
Actually, we reached out to a couple of people. And we do have some people who are actually happy to work with us.
I know a good vegan sticky bun maker. It's actually really good. It's actually really good.
Well, actually, shoot them my way. But we actually reached out to Dove Code.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's a familiar name to a lot of people, but it's a huge name to us because we highly respect Dove Code. So we reached out to
They're doing a lot of food, vegetables, and all that to the community. Definitely.
Yeah, Dove Code is... If anybody doesn't know about DEFCO, I would definitely suggest you going
Reservoir Hill.
They have an amazing space and an amazing vibe about them, period. But however, we reached out to DEFCO to possibly work with us in regards to sticky buns. We still waiting, to make sure all of that is in order. But we do want, if there is local, somebody else local who know who makes vegan, because some people are vegan. So if you can shoot them our way.
And I don't just eat anybody vegan.
Same here. Not everybody vegan is the same.
No.
So like,
Lord dry.
I definitely got a flaxseed.
Right.
That was some flaxseed. Could have used a little bit more coconut oil.
Little coconut.
But yeah,
she is funny. I like her. She is crazy.
Shoot them my way because I'm silly, but shoot them my way because we really could use one thing about Appreciate the Arts and the whole mission is to be able to include everybody, inclusive. Right. I actually came across the word inclusive prosperity recently, so it actually kind of made me feel like, oh, okay, I'm in the right light, I'm in the right direction because this is what we're working on also. You know what I mean? So just coming across the term, but we want everybody involved. We want to show and give light to any and every artist who hasn't actually, and that's the whole point of Appreciate the Arts, is to be able to give people visibility.
Right.
We want to create
here
visibility.
in Baltimore, but Baltimore act like they scared. So
well, and the fear comes just from the lack of resources, but also the lack of unity. We want things to happen for our community so bad, but the moment we have to work together, that's when the conflict happens. The moment we have to be on a team together, that's when the conflict happens. But it's possible. It's I see it every day. These three young ladies sitting in front of me, the programs that I've worked with, I see it. It's possible. I go to other cultures and I see their art programs and it's clicking. They don't get along. The moment the event over, they all go their own separate way. They don't call each other. They ain't going to lunch. They ain't going to each other baby showers. But they come together for that event and they make it work. They cut them checks, and they get out of there. But I just want us to be able to do that, but take it a step further and actually be a community about it.
Yes,
So it could be something with some legacy behind it.
Yes.
So our children can then get into it and be, take over. But we have something and we take hold of it and nobody else can have it. There's no learning going on. There's no teaching going on. So what's the best of it? What's the purpose of it?
Right.
So let us know. So about sponsorship, how can people sponsor this event?
Please come.
Please
sponsor us. We need you.
Like we on front on
Somebody.
it.
Yeah, so if anybody is out there who's listening and you want the opportunity to be a part of something that is going to
This
be
the business over here. I got you.
If you want to be a part of something that's going to be spectacular and you want me, because this is volume 1. This is not the first time we're going to be doing this. This is not going to be, this is not the last time that we're going to be doing this. So we need some sponsors. We definitely need some people who want to be involved. And we do have a kickback for those sponsors. We do want to continue to be able to. Yeah, we want to be able to kick back for all of this stuff that people just be a part of. It's bigger than just us. It's so much bigger than just us. So we got to continue to feed each other and feed the community and feed each other.
And that's what it's about.
We have a GoFundMe because we're trying to acquire sound. So if somebody want to donate sound,
that was what I was about to say.
Like sound equipment.
We really need some people down for sound. Like that's.
Okay, I'll talk to some people for that.
I'm just saying, be still and know that I am God. Right here is what it said, June 30th. I'm sorry, I'm reading something, God. But I'm just saying, and it's true things that's in alignment with us right now. So I'm happy, but I'm glad, if you do know anybody or anybody knows somebody who will be able to help us with sound.
Like DJing
because we doing this, we really doing this all our own. We not yet.
Sound.
We not a nonprofit yet. We are working toward that, but right now we really doing this on our own. Like this is coming out of our pockets, and it's for it's for the community. Like it's not for a selfish reason. It's not even so that we can make money. We taking a loss basically to give back to people and to start something. Like it's that important to us where it's the platform, these artists, and give people a stage to be on to be prestigious and to give them a place to have a name, to have their name grow. Right. And that's what we doing. So if you got some money and you want to help us out, please. two single mothers, we doing our thing, and we
definitely and a woman who owns a poodle. That's all.
We doing this
so
for
that
the
kid
love.
ain't never gonna grow up. You still gonna be wiping them tails.
And it's a lot of people that I've reached out to, that I've explained that to. Like, we doing this for the love. We can't really pay you, and it's people that have been with it. So if you find it in your heart, to sponsor us.
You heard that voice? You find it in your heart.
If you can find it in your heart to sponsor.
Absolutely.
So what is the crowdfunder? Is it already established, or we waiting on a link?
For what
You said the crowdfund, the GoFundMe. I'm sorry.
I have one, and I can definitely give it to you.
Okay. So we'll post it on the Artist Exchange group page at the end.
Yeah. So but we like she said, we definitely need a few different things. I believe sound is just the most crucial right now. Everything else has been really kind of falling in line. We've been able to secure a lot of different things. Like we have been able to secure a few tents and different things that were wasn't necessarily free. But however, we have been able to do a little bit of something. But with the kickback, we want to create a visibility for people, and also being able to make sure that they're able to be in a lane where they can make money,
right?
And have that advantage. Yeah, we don't take any type of commission. We don't take any type of anything from the artist. We don't even charge you for a vendor's table. We provide these things. We do ask that people, because one thing would appreciate the arts, it will grow you up. And what I've appreciated the fact that, no pun, but however, I appreciate the fact that Beans has allowed me to kind of grow up with appreciate the arts.
Right.
I wasn't really one to kind of I paint also, and did other things. But Beans was like, yeah, you just like how she got Zakiya, she talked to me the same way, and I was like, oh okay, like I gotta get my stuff together. So, but however, she definitely pushes you in the direction so you can be seen, so you do have the visibility, and that's what we want to do. We want to help the artists grow up. We want to work with you. We don't want to have this one-off tours, or we see you at this one event and we just, we see each other, whatever.
Right.
We want to continue to build these conversations and build these relationships.
And that's very important, because the engagement part is what happens when we do these. I send out my vending fee, I get my table, I show up, and then after the event, I don't hear from you until you need my vending fee again. And I don't want us to go out to lunch together, but I think this needs to be a pool of just a circle of what's happening. So I need more than just that, as an artist. And as a curator, you need more than just be thrown up that one time. Right. So we got to develop and, like you said, cultivate those relationships. So it is every year, and then whatever else things that y'all have going on, you always have a crowd there. So let's keep it moving. So whatever the Artist Exchange can do to help, we're definitely there to support. Just let me know, need a voice, I'm there. Let me know, sticky bun tester, let me know. I'm there, trying to.
This one was delicious. What you put in here?
Right.
That's the one.
Just the one.
Was that jelly? Oh my
God. So, individually as artists, what are those things that impact your spirit, your energy for what you do as individual artists? Zakiya? Besides, being a mother and wanting him to be his best.
Giving people something different. That's my, I enjoy that. I enjoy seeing people's reaction. I enjoy getting the feedback, even from my writing, from this, especially with the earrings.
Right.
That right there, seeing people's reactions about something that I created has, it don't do nothing but boost you up to the next level and get you think about what you can do next. Seeing somebody walk past with your stuff on that you don't know, right,
tickles me to all ends. I don't know. I giggle, and I know they like, well, this is crazy, but it does something to you when someone appreciates your work.
And that was and I have not had even with the cost of my products. I explain to people that this is hand-painted, one-of-a-kind jewelry, and I have not had issues with people wanting to pay the price for my jewelry. It's people walking around with my jewelry.
And don't settle. Don't take no shorts.
Thank you.
You're a Baltimore girl. Don't take no shorts.
Right.
On that note, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BigExposedRadio.com. Pew, 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 pew. Pew.
Last time on Talk Lately.
Government. I don't understand why. Look, me, and I haven't said anything either. This is my moment. Where this American Healthcare Act is. Oh, you all right? Ooh, a sneeze and a cough. How'd that work out? That sounds real difficult. Damn. Sneezing is like you skipping a heartbeat. A cough is like you bringing up a lung. So it was like a sneeze and a cough. So you was dying twice. Because you was coughing. I was like, you okay? Achoo! What? How you fit that in there? So, now back to the American Healthcare Act, because you're going to need that to get the cough and the sneeze together.
Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Check out this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
So we're going to get a little bit into the album with Miss Amira and learn the basis of it, the Banji soul of it all.
Yes.
So let us know, first of all, what is Banji soul?
Banji soul is basically just real. It's real soul. It's real. It's not cut down. It's not watered down. It's, how as hot as it came off of my mind and my heart, That's what it is. And a lot of the times I get a little tangy, tangy, bangy, ratchet, whatever how you like to put it, classify it. But I like to say bangy, because I'm classy.
Bangy is a little classier.
It's a little classier. You got your pinky up. You got your pinky up with that.
Okay, we got to keep the B's, the bougie, the bangy.
Yeah.
Right.
So she's created her own lane, Banji Soul. So let us know how that is covered in the album that released on the 9th of this month, right?
Yes. Well, I did it to a number of industry tracks, including like the Beatles Come Together, and I did a Lindsay Lohan joint. You remember the Confessions of a Broken Heart?
Okay.
And a lot of stuff I aimed to like change the theme that was originated, or just to. It was my therapy.
Okay.
It was my therapy.
So that's why this is a mixtape.
Yes.
Okay, because you did a lot of remakes. Okay, I got you. The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You teach people to lecture to actually like.
That's
I said this
baby
twice.
jewelry.
You don't respect that.
But like we say, we have to teach people art.
She did another one.
That's it.
Sweet baby
That's
jewelry.
it. Because they don't know.
You have to really train people how to treat you. And that's in life. Friendships, relationships, brothers, sisters, mothers, you have to train people how to treat you.
Absolutely.
As an actor, I had the hardest time getting my family to come out to see my pieces, even after I gave them tickets, even after I bought tickets and gave them to them. But what I stopped doing is I shared it with them, and if they did not come, they did not come.
What I did was I found out, and I love my family. I'm very family oriented and we real tight, but I had to kind of separate myself from the people that I'm closest to because I'm the baby. And because I was always quiet and in the background, anytime I'm with my family, it becomes, this is Yusuf's sister, or this Rashida's sister, or this Michelle's daughter. I never had my own name until I pushed back and went my own way and met my own people. And so now, I'm being my own person,
right?
Because I never had that before a year ago. And I find now, like, and having found that and having found myself, when I do go to family events, I hit like it's not a shock, but it's like, oh yeah, I remember, that this is I'm not me here. I'm this person's sister. I'm this person's daughter. Right. So,
but getting to that, it really, you have to decide what it is that you want. And you also have to decide what you're not willing to accept.
Right.
And once you connect those two things, it will be easy for you. Once you throw somebody out and say, well, this is the price for me to come host your event, and they say, well, that's out my budget. Well, okay. Let me know how I can buy a ticket. Let me know if you ever need me again. And that's it. I send that invoice out. You can't pay it. Hey, I leave it up for a certain period of time. If I don't hear back from you, hey, go on to the next one. But I don't jump to everything. Like some people say, take whatever job you. No, I'm not doing that. I did that throughout my 20s, and it didn't.
Right, because if you take any job you want or any job that's thrown to you, you can actually you can downgrade yourself.
Absolutely.
Like it's like taking an acting gig. Like I'm not gonna.
Is it okay if someone come in?
Yeah.
You don't want it to come in.
Go ahead.
It's like I'm not going to take an acting gig or nothing like that if I know it's going to degrade me.
Tell him to just come at the next segment. He can come right in at this segment.
You hear?
But we're at a space where we're back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, and we're talking with these young ladies of the Appreciate the Arts Movement organization.
I'm gonna get you, Peter, but you had to wait for that. I'm sorry.
Can I?
And we're talking in this segment. We're talking about how we get the appreciation for our art, and people want to buy our art. So it's definitely a what you call it? It's a chore for some people because it's not a part of their budget. But there are people out there who love earrings.
Right.
There are people out there who love art.
Jay-Z said, what did he say? He brought a piece that was $1 million.
That was
and then
$1 million,
it flipped to what?
And then the next year it was
and
$2
then it flipped
million,
to $8.
and then it was $8.
You need to invest in art.
Right.
Especially black black art, the black renaissance.
And it's our art hasn't gone anywhere.
It will.
I'm just saying in terms of it hasn't left the earth. We've always been here. We may have been underground. We may have been to the back of the room. We may have been to the side. We may have to stand out in the hallway for a second. But the art has not gone anywhere. Right. And we have to begin to value our own work, because we have people that I just told my students today. As black people, we have to work 10 times as hard against people versus people who are half as talented as us for a fraction of the cost. So we have to stand up and we have to be united, because we have spending power. We have Mondawmin Mall that makes more money than any other mall in this state besides Arundel Mills. And it's owned by the same people. And it makes more money. There's nothing in there for your mind, body, or spirit, but yet it makes more money than any other mall in this area. Right.
And then it's like they're willing to spend for the Jordans, and they're willing to spend for the cars, but it's like you can't invest in your own people.
Right. But they don't invest more in black businesses.
I think it's a shared responsibility, because as business owners, as artists, as consumers, we have to work together. Because we are told that what you do, as black artists, we aren't the experts. So because we aren't considered the experts in our fields, then my work isn't as valuable as this person's over here. But I learned the same way you learn. We had some of the same teachers. We had some of the same. At Micah and Coppin had the same photography instructor who's world renowned. So why isn't a photographer that comes out of Coppin as valuable as a photographer that comes out of Micah?
Right. And that's what I was trying to get across last week when I don't remember her name, but she walked in on our conversation, and when I said it was a white lady, I don't remember her name, but she asked what we were about. And I was telling her, but then I said the word black, the black community, and she started going off. And I found that and because I was in a bad mood, I was not in a position to challenge her, because
Lord user, be offense.
How about I said, well, we're trying to do a documentary, and do you mind if I record you? And she was like, well, I'm not going to repeat myself. So Zakiya stepped back and put her flash on her. I said, do you have your flash on?
Yes, I did. I was in
in her face,
because she was like, well, I'm about to be finished, and she wasn't finished. She was still talking. Don't do us like that. That's what you're going to learn today.
But see, they think we're not smart enough. They think we aren't talented enough. They don't see us as valuable. But we're valuable enough to keep your grants going. We're valuable enough to be entertainment for you.
We're valuable enough to be in your space now and have you address us right now. So don't come at me I just stopped talking to her because and I kind of let it go afterwards, and I had to tell them look, y'all ain't used to seeing the little ratchet side of me, but I was going to ask.
So funny. But it caught me off guard. Was that the flash was right in her face. It was no hiding.
But she wasn't paying attention to that, because she had a point to prove to you all that you're not as good as you think you are.
But we actually are. And in this point, we're actually valuable, and we're strong and powerful at the same time. Because actually, the Oklahoma, back in the day, the Oklahoma bombing proved that. When everybody went away for when they had the World War I and whatnot, or World War II. And we had our own Black Wall Street. We had our own hospital. We had our own bank. We had our own school. And then when they came back from the war, they was actually mad because they saw how much we have grown and how powerful we was, and that we actually pretty much was growing as a community, and we was united. And that's what I believe some are afraid to see, that when we get strong and we start to grow, that we become powerful. And that's what they fear, I believe, my purpose.
Of course.
And it goes to say, and I see this all the time, because I'm invited to a couple different things because of the types of groups I work with, and I hear how they talk. I see the benefit of us doing it. I remember doing one black play at one black theater company, and it did very well. We all got so much attention, and then right after that, the very next season, there was one black show at every other theater company, and it wasn't by mistake, you know, and I wasn't crazy, but I was like, it was a good thing, but at the same time, it was possible because of that one show. And we have to start using our power as black artists in every community. And I used to be not so much hesitant to say I'm a black artist, but I didn't see the need in it. Like, I'll work with someone from Micah until somebody from Micah stole my idea. And I was like, oh, no, never again. You know, and even within our own communities, we have to stop pitting each other against each other. You know, if you have a station, you have a station. We both got 2 stations. Let's work together. You are artist, you're artist. Find a way to work together.
Let's help
you know,
each other
it's
grow.
strength, right? It's strength and unity.
But
go ahead.
No, go for strength and unity.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think that comes in when we. I'm like strength and unity. I'm sorry. We're just so used to forgetting what we're saying, and then she'll throw in 2 words. I'm sorry, because now I'm trying to figure out exactly like where he left off. But however, I feel like we do that. We had these issues because we don't know our own value. Period. And it's like once you kind of know your own value, you can't be taken advantage of.
You missed us talking about the situation last week with
when Zakiya put the flash on that lady.
Oh yeah, yes, I do remember that. Yeah, she wasn't ready at all.
So
She wasn't ready.
I'll ask you a question in the vein of this. When did you know you were black? When was it? When was it?
I grew
made aware to you that you were black.
My grandfather was just like, oh, you were more like that's how I grew up. I grew up being like, ain't no white dogs, and it wasn't like there was anything.
Ain't no white dogs.
It wasn't that anybody that I was racist, but it was like, you know, you're not going to be coveting what you ain't. Love these dolls, these black dolls, these dark dolls, you know, and so that's.
Oh, you meant dog? Okay, I got you.
That's how I grew up.
Ain't no black dogs. Like, where we going?
Dolls, doll babies, and so I grew up learning, you know, about all of this stuff, and you know, about being a Moor and where you come from, and you know, taking pride in being black, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't shy away from it. Don't use these euphemisms in lieu of saying I'm black. Don't say
I'm Dominican.
I don't, you know, I'm mixed with this. I'm mixed. You don't do that, and that's how I grew up, and that's and so from the beginning I've been aware of, you know, my blackness, and so when I see, like, and out in the world now, it confuses me. Like, my grandmother is dark. My brother is dark. So I never had, you know, this light-skinned, dark-skinned thing. Like, I never had that. And to see that, you know, see people doing that is
colorism.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of an anomaly to me because that's not how I grew up. I grew up loving all things black, whether it's light, dark, or, you know, everything.
You better embrace the rainbow. Yes. So we'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange with Miss Boss Lady Tina B's answer and Kay, her answer. So we'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange radio show, only on BigExposedRadio.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I had got drunk one night. This is the night that I put my head through the window and everything. So.
Why would you do that?
Now, I was sitting on the floor.
All these stories always involve alcohol.
They do. I was sitting on the floor, and my drink of choice back then was vodka and orange juice. Ooh, it's still my drink of choice, but I don't drink it as much.
I was a 151 kid, straight up.
I love vodka, especially when it was...
that rubbing alcohol.
You know.
What brand?
I love back then I was hooked on Absolute.
That was the best at the time.
And Pinnacle was like number 2 and stuff like that.
Because they didn't have what's the new one that came out? Yeah, what was the new one?
Ciroc, vodka, and
no, the other one. Who is real smooth? New Amsterdam. New Amsterdam came out, and it was so.
And Grey Goose. Grey Goose was out at that time too.
See, I didn't drink. I told you 151. That was my.
Yeah, Grey Goose vodka was one of the ones because I love the bottle.
Because you can light it on
fire. The bottle was hot. It was that shaded, that shaved glass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I was sitting on the floor, and we was talking about something I don't even remember what we were talking about. All I know is I was bust out laughing. I got ching-ling-ling-ling-ling, glass everywhere. I wouldn't cut it all, though. I had to
because you had your bun.
Actually, I didn't. I didn't have any hair back then.
Oh.
I don't remember. I don't think I did.
And you ain't cut your hair?
Nope. I was just fine. I was like, oh, your glass broke, and it was winter, dead of winter.
Check more of these funny moments out when you tune into Be Exposed Radio.
Let's go to the telephone. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thanks.
I have a problem. Hope you can, help me solve it. Give me an idea of something.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm 25 years old, and I'm a second grade teacher. And I've been engaged to my girl. Well, we've been together for about 2.5 years, and now we're engaged. Everything is going good with us. Back in October, I got a new student, and the child is being raised. He's a single, being raised by a single parent. So the father, came up to the school to meet me. They knew in the area, so we started hanging out. Just watching games. Going to bars. Just chilling or whatever.
Gotcha.
Okay.
With your student's father.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just nothing. He's new in the area. You just want to know some spots to go out or whatnot. So,
gotcha.
Okay. One night.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
But that was a thing.
Right. Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. I asked these awesome young ladies, when did they know that they were black? Zakiya said from day one. There was not a shadow of doubt. Her granddaddy put it down and told her the truth. Tina B, boss lady, when did you know you were black? When did you first know?
I always knew I was black, but it wasn't really like I'm black, you're white. It was just, I was just so cool with everybody. I really didn't look at it as a color issue. So I just was just bland until I want to say a couple years back when I really tried to dig into my roots. In my family, we're really separate. So it was well, who really am I? Am I African? Am I Indian? What am I? And I don't know. So I'm still learning who I am. But as far as me being black, a black woman, I know I'm black. Well,
Woman of color.
Woman of color.
Was it a positive experience or a negative experience that
I remember
you realized?
One thing that always stuck out to me. One day I want to say I was about 4, and I was at my grandmom's house before she passed away, and she had brought me this black doll. And I cried, I screamed, I kicked, I don't want this doll, I don't want this doll. And she was like, you going to take this doll? And she beat me. But then it was just after that, it was my mom started buying me the Kenya doll. So it was just oh, okay. But at first, when you only have white dolls and stuffed animals, you think that they only make these kind of dolls. So when I seen the black doll, it was kind of scary because she was olive. I was yo, that's not even real brown. So it was, she was kind of creepy. She was kind of creepy looking, but it was now I appreciate what my grandma did, not for the beating, because I don't feel like I deserved it, but I appreciate the fact that she was no, your skin type, you're not the only, it's different shades, embrace this. So.
But that's the realization of that, and you don't realize. And one of my friends, because her daughter is light skinned, she picked a doll that looked closer to her. Right. And her mother didn't understand that. And her mother said, well, they don't make light skinned dolls. So they're either brown or Caucasian looking. So just know that that's what she saw her skin tone, and it matched closer than that one did. So sometimes it's just that simple for children. But making them understand what that being color struck is. Because then they'll grow up in a world where that looks better than that. And they not understand that because they just children. Nobody ever said it to them. I'm realizing that and working in this camp. I swear this camp is really teaching me a lot about young people. But things come to them and they go through things because we never ask them what's wrong. We just try to fix whatever's there. Right. And we took a trauma workshop for the youth workers this year, and I never did that. So whoever suggested the city do this, kudos, because it was awesome. Because one thing we realized is with children, we jump to discipline them when they have bad behavior, not figure out what is wrong.
Right.
So your grandmother may have just been responding to what you were acting out, and not why you chose that over that. Get to the root of the problem. Dig a little bit deeper. If you go take the time to be around a child, take the time to be around a child and figure out what's going on and not jump to just do what I tell you to do.
Right.
Because they don't comprehend that. They know more than we knew at that age, but they don't have the experience nor the vocabulary to be able to express those things outside of just acting out.
Absolutely.
So we gotta really do better. So Miss K, when did you know you were black?
Let me see. So to be honest, y'all, I'm still realizing.
Okay, that's an honest answer. That's honest.
I'm still realizing just how black and magical I am.
Right.
I really didn't. I remember at a young age, I knew I was magical, magical.
Go ahead for the trick. Go ahead.
I just knew I was magical, but I didn't know that it had all to do with this wonderful melanin, this hue that paints my skin. So the very first time I felt, I noticed it is I have 2 different instances, or maybe 3, when in high school we had after graduation we had got together for the academy that I was in, and we went and had dinner at Chaparelli's. Now this is Little Italy. I'm born and raised. I'm really, an intellectual, but I was born and raised from Park Heights. Like, that's where I come from.
Okay.
I'm straight up from down bottom, Park Circle. You heard
okay.
I'm messing with everybody. But however,
she did serious though. She did serious.
Yeah, no, because I love my city. I love where I'm from. I like everything that's a part of me, even if it broke me or hurt me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I do appreciate those things. But however, I was at Chiparelli's, and me and my girlfriends, we walked outside to do something while everybody was upstairs still having dinner, and a white man walked past and was like, "Lost colored folk." And at the time, I was probably like 18 maybe or something like that, because I graduated a little bit later than everybody. So I was about 18, and I remember like, damn, thinking to myself, excuse my language, I remember like thinking to myself like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, I'm different? Like, oh, okay, I'm different from everybody?
Right.
Okay. You know what I mean? Like, my teacher's white. He reminded me of my father.
Mr.
Eric Thomas.
Yeah.
He was the best person, you know what I mean? To me, he was very enlightening in my life, so I appreciated him. So I really I wasn't paying attention to, like, hues and stuff like that. I was trying my best to make it to graduate. You know what I mean? So that was my thing. So once we got into that area, I was like, oh, this is nice. So we get around there, and
all the lights hanging.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, I'm from Park Heights. I've never been exposed to certain things. So it was just kind of like, oh, this is nice.
And it's like 15, 20 minutes from you. Not even that long.
You don't even know.
Right, you know what I mean? So then this white guy walks past and say, "Lost color folk." I was so offended, because I was like, damn, like, dang, I didn't even know like racism
He called you
existed.
colored. So what area are you in?
Right, you know what I mean? So I didn't even realize how much racism still existed until I got to School of Visual Arts, SVA in New York City. And then I realized, I was like, wow, I'm the minority. Like, it was hard for me to really like sink my teeth in to my atmosphere, because it was like so many different things. I had friends who was from Sugar Land, Texas. I had friends who was from like overseas Ukraine. I had friends who was from everywhere. So it was a melting pot.
Right.
But I was still trying to find myself in New York City at 19 or 18 or whatever. So it was a lot. But then when I got to Morgan State University, I was like, oh, all right, I'm totally down for this. Like, everybody was in the culture. I went to so many different levels of institution where I've worked and been in, but even down to the academics at Morgan. My professors at Morgan were probably the greatest teachers who I ever had in my life. Jared Ball, it's a couple of different people who are up there. Like, I'm just like, I so appreciate these people for these experiences, but Morgan is when I really felt like, oh, I'm black and I matter.
I went to Coppin from Curly. So culture shock is the least that I can say. But I didn't know things. And we send out children because the dream is for them to know as much as any other race. Right. So in order for that to happen, I need to send them to the best possible situation. So I respect my mother for doing that. But I didn't know. I had a teacher in high school tell me slavery wasn't as bad as we think it is.
Oh my God.
Right. And stuff like that, we don't understand that as children. But I knew I was sitting in the classroom for fool.
Right.
And I said, I'm suspended today, because I walked out and kept walking. Because I just, like, you're not going to tell me that. You're not going to equate a farmer not beating on his cow to him not beating on his slave. And that's the same thing. Why would he do that to his slave if that's his worker?
Right.
No, like, but they put that stuff in our heads, and we're supposed to regurgitate good vibes from it. I'm supposed to grow as a mature adult, thinking that I'm equal. No, and I wish I had that vocabulary that I hear a lot of young people today, because now I walked out. I got suspended because I walked out. But I wish I would have said something. Like, what could I have said in that moment other than "you dumb white man"? Like, how dare you? Like, but we don't recognize where we are today, and we put a lot of emphasis on how dumb young people are and how impulsive they are right now. But they are saying the things that should be said.
And they don't know how that affects us. Because even though when I was growing up as a kid, I experienced racism. I started noticing about color. Like when I was going to Baltimore Highlands Elementary, 5th grade teacher named Miss Wilder. Oh my gosh, if I could use hate, I would use that word. But hate's such a strong word. But she really didn't like me whatsoever. So I was always getting in trouble for no apparent reason. I'd be sitting there doing my work. You, Hawk, come here. I'm like, what are you talking about? Whoa. I sat there and finished all my work, drew a picture. She came up, balled the paper up, threw it, sent me out the class. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what am I doing? And I got in so much trouble I think because of my skin color, that another teacher, I was in another class, and she sat there and wrote a letter to me, and she folded up the paper and handed it to me, and I was like, oh my God, what is this, man? You know, I said, I can't stand, I hate white people. And I said that out loud, and she looked at me like, go to the office. I'm like, yo, bro, y'all putting me through so much. And I started noticing more about color because as I was growing up out Lake in the Woods, I actually got jumped for being black by a whole bunch of white people. And I was like, and so it visually kind of mentally screwed me up. So I didn't feel comfortable around white folks a lot. And then one time I was in Virginia, we was riding through Virginia, and then we got pulled over because my uncle, he was white and we were black, and we were and we was in the car together. And then when they pulled us out the car, they searched us and everything, and they gonna ask him, why are you in the car with these niggas? And you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, wow, you know, like what is going on? Like I experienced like front on, like everyone has, but front on front racism from me from that age kind of messed my head up. So I had to grow back into like, you know, actually like being able to trust or just being able to be around them, because I thought all of them was like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy because it affected me a whole lot. And it was just crazy.
So digging the pot deeper, I'll ask this question. I'll start with Miss K. What advice would you give to your 17-year-old self?
Just be easy, baby. Like I would just definitely.
Okay, like, Pip Daddy K. Okay, be easy, baby. Because you jive turkey.
because you know, like I realized that I really beat myself up so bad about a lot of different things, and I really just was like so hard on myself. So we are really our worst enemy. Like we're so hard on ourselves, but
because we see it, we know what gets to us.
Right. You know what I mean. And then I would probably tell myself to be easy. It's all gonna be okay, and you know, just to be at peace with that. You know what I mean? And just continue to be my little bright self. Like, you know, I don't have to dim my light to fit in with other people. I don't have to try my best to fit this particular box. I don't have to. Just continue to be my light.
Be yourself.
Just be the light. And just gravitate closer to the light. No matter however, you know what I mean? Whatever. Just be light. Just be light. And it's okay. Everything is okay. You know what I mean? The mistakes are even okay. Forgiveness is okay, because forgiveness is even a thing, because if we didn't make mistakes, we wouldn't know how to forgive. You know what I mean? So it's like that contrast, that light and dark, that white and black. I really appreciate the bad and the good. So if I could really go back and tell myself to just
be easy, baby.
Be easy, baby.
I'm ending every show like that. Be easy, baby.
That's all, you know what I mean? Like, just be easier. It's okay.
Right.
Boss ladies, Tina B.
Be easy, baby.
I wouldn't say nothing. I just let it all pan out the way it's going to pan out, because I'm here.
And not even really to change anything, but sometimes we didn't get that. Like, balance your checkbooks. This is how you do it.
I don't even want that, because I feel like the only way for me to grow is to go through these situations. So I wouldn't say anything. I just let it all happen all over.
Oh, she's strong. She's strong.
I would change
boss lady.
Things.
Just be easy, baby.
Be easy,
Miss Kaya. I mean, I just said Kaya.
Sweet baby.
Sweet baby.
Sweet
baby.
Sweet baby D.
And I tell myself this now. It's a video of this little baby, and she's trying to put her seatbelt on in the car seat. And she's like, "No, worry about yourself." The father's asking her, like, well, "You need me to do it?" She's like, "No, worry about yourself." That's what I would tell my. Worry about yourself. Stop trying to make sure everybody else is good, because in that you've lost yourself. Worry about yourself. And myself, and I. I've learned how to do that. Like, I missed out on a whole lot. Worrying about other people, and I now have a 15-year-old where I can let him know, I can put him in a position that I wasn't.
Right.
So, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my son, because he gives me a chance to do it right.
Right. We all go through trials and tribulations, and that's what actually, like you said, that's what makes us.
Right.
Every test is for a reason, and everything, pretty much, God has a plan for everything. And if we don't go through it, how can it make us stronger? How can we learn how to be able to give a testimony to somebody else, like, you know what, we went through this, I went through that. So,
to make sure your cup is full.
Right.
What time is it? Well, we're going to take another quick break. These bills be piling up, so we're going to take care of some of them, and we'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Thank you for tuning in to BeExposedRadio.com. Sit back, relax, and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
This is the reality
of
the world that we're living in. A lot of young people don't have the information that is necessary to have healthy lives. And a lot of the organizations that are geared towards young people don't have individuals that are going to be as honest as this gentleman.
One of the issues that I have with this quote-unquote Christian nation that we live in is that
not just the Christians,
religion allows you to live in denial, but the world does not live in denial. So who are you helping with your? All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm about to do something.
The reason I shrink that or take that away, because it's people who are not religious. It's people who they're not giving their young people, or they don't have a person that could be that honest with them. I mean, we all have that. I know I had a mother like that.
There are.
Rather than
and it's just and it's been recently, because I've recently had more interaction with teen mothers than I have in my whole life. I wasn't my mother wasn't a teen mother. Her mother was. She made sure none of her daughters were. So it was, And as I get older and working in certain areas, you tend to run into that. And one of the things that blows my mind is how often a teen mom does not talk to their child at all, period, much less their daughter that they had at 15, to say, these are the realities of sex. These are the realities of the choices that you can or cannot make. These are the realities. Like, how do you not, after going through it yourself, knowing the stress, the looks, how do you then turn and look at someone else and say, all right, good luck? I mean, this is your offspring. I'm sorry. I just get very emotional about that. It bothers me.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Be Exposed Radio.
Definitely not taking responsibility for other people's emotions and things that's going on, and owning up to who you are. I know that's what you were finishing on. So you can speak more on that, sister.
Yeah, just making sure, because at the end of the day, what happens to us, especially women, we're nurturers. So by life, we tend to want to, I call men projects, like fix-me-uppers, people that come with issues. And for some reason, I mean, people, we all have issues, but people who, want you to help them through their issues, So we take on projects because we get to the point to where we're like, okay, I just want to have somebody, as opposed to the quality of the person that you're getting. And then
you are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
The behavioral issues in my class. So before this summer, I wouldn't have known how to deal with them on a level where they weren't there. Hey, we got a caller. Hey, caller. Hello?
Oh, I can't hear out my ear.
Well, maybe he was a little nervous. He was a little nervous. He was a little nervous.
When I called in,
it was
hung up.
Yeah.
And it was like, so.
So, call back, 410-702-5657. We're here. We're ready. We're wanting you to talk to us. Don't be shy.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
So, once again, let us know where we can find information on the Appreciate the Arts movement and the Cinnabon Festival. Where we can find information, how can we contact you, send you some donations, sign up for it, so on and so forth.
Sticky Bun Festival.
Sticky Bun Festival. I said cinnamon bun, didn't I?
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
And I wrote Cinnabon Festival right here.
It's all good. Sticky Bun Festival. So, you guys, like my founder said, my partner said, you can reach us via Facebook and Instagram. We're under Appreciate the Arts. For Instagram, it's appreciate_the_arts.
Got that.
If you wanna kind of donate anything to us, if you want to spread the word, if you want to share it, details, anything, you can reach us via email. We also have a GoFundMe, like she mentioned, like Beans mentioned. We have a GoFundMe up right now for Appreciate the Arts.
Is it under Sticky Bun or Appreciate the Arts?
Appreciate the Arts.
Yeah.
I believe it's under Appreciate the Arts, and you guys can find us there. Also, so if you want to donate, you can also email us at atabaltimore@gmail.com. If you have any questions, concerns, any of those things, we are kind of pretty prompt with how we respond back to people because we just really been on it, trying to make sure everything is in order.
They've been on it.
Beans, she be doing the thing. So I'm gonna pass it over to Beans. Go. Beans, go on.
I mean, that's basically it. You can reach us at atabaltimore@gmail.com, and as soon as you hit us, like you'll get a reply. I want to say within a couple seconds, because I'm always on my phone.
So, and it's September the 9th at 4 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Yes.
So definitely take full advantage of this opportunity. Be there or be square. When will the location be revealed?
I want to say like around July the 15th.
Okay.
But like right now, we're still looking for vendors.
Okay.
We're still looking for visual artists. We're still looking for
me.
Say the
art activists.
Art activists, please, if you want to come out and help us, like we want to have Liddy t-shirts, we want to have incentives, like all of that. Please.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
When you saying as far as visual artists, you could bring like rap artists, all that type stuff and everything? Or no?
That's why I looked over at Kay to see if we had any leg room for as far as entertainment, because we pretty set in that area. We're still looking for visual artists, and it's crazy because it's people from out of state that's been hitting me the most, and it's like I don't want them. I want everybody from Baltimore. I want my people here because I want people to come from where they are to see us. I don't want to bring people. I don't want to have to always feel like I have to bring people from the outside just to make us look good. And it's not about the people on the outside. It's about you guys.
Right. So, last question. We about to wrap up. We got like a minute left. Give me one word that sums up art to you. 2 words. I give you 2 words. Feeling a little generous.
Y'all going to go first.
Self-expression.
Me.
There we go. Miss K.
That's a good question, man. I'm thinking 2 words, maybe. Or maybe just I want to say selfless and selfish. You got to be both of them with your art.
There we go.
Selfish. That's both of the words combined. Sorry guys. So selfish and selfless.
Urban Dictionary.
There we go. That's the Artist Exchange Radio Show on June the 30th, the last day of the month. Definitely look forward for more to come for us. So closing out, some 20 years ago, a friend gave me a book entitled True Peace. It had an old medieval message and this one primary thought, that God was waiting in the depths of my being to speak to me if I would only be still enough to hear his voice. God said, be still and know that I am God. Psalms 46 verse 10. Read it.
Read it.
Journal it.
Read it for yourself.
And come back tomorrow at 12 p.m. for the Artist Exchange Radio Show only here on BigExposedRadio.com. See y'all ladies later. Boss ladies.
You're listening to Be Exposed Radio.
Hey everybody, this is your girl, the one and only Couser. Check us out every